Hey guys, welcome back to our Little Mountain Life. In our last video, we showed you all the preps we made to leave the homestead behind for a weekend at the beach, taking care of all the animals, and now it's time to hit the road. All right, guys, ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, off to the beach.
I'm not gonna wear my
I
headphones.
promise I didn't just stall my car.
I
did.
thought you were gonna restart it to pretend you didn't do that.
One of the great things about living in Virginia is that we can live up on the mountains but still be about 3.5 hours away from the beach. So we're heading down to Norfolk, Virginia for a little bit of beach vacation, staying at a pretty cheap hotel to save some money. But beachfront is beachfront after all. Yeah, it's probably warm, right?
There's so many of them, Daddy.
Thomas, look at how much of these shells I'm finding. See?
There's great food options down in Norfolk, but our favorite by far was Alkaline, a really awesome ramen and Asian fusion restaurant. Absolutely delicious. The last morning at the beach was a bit rough and stormy, so we took advantage of the nice pool that they had on the back of the hotel. And of course, any road trip drive through Virginia is not complete unless you stop for some Sonic. We had an amazing time at the beach. It was a very short time, which is good for me. I'm not a beach guy, but the kids really loved it. Natalie loves being on the beach, and we needed to recharge our batteries so that we can come back and get back to work on this house. It hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows with this home build. You know, we've gotten back now and I wanted to get right back to work inside, but unfortunately we have a lot of other stuff going on, like this truck, my kind of beater truck that I have for the Homestead stuff. Unfortunately, I tried to start it up and it's not starting, and so I'm working on replacing the starter, which unfortunately in a Honda is not very easy to replace. But the worst thing that happened, I guess not because of this beach trip, but around this beach trip, was the loss of an animal. Actually, the day after we got back, we noticed that one of our ducks was not doing so well. She was appearing very weak when she's walking around and just didn't have a lot of energy going on. And she was one of our hens, one of our khaki Campbell hens, that appeared to be broody. She was sitting on a clutch of eggs for a long time, and I thought that she actually might hatch out her own ducklings. That never happened, and when we got back, and she was just really weak. And you know, you don't notice it right away, because when you have a broody chicken or duck, you kind of just let them be. You check on them every now and then, but like when they don't come out when you're feeding all the other ducks, it kind of makes sense because they're busy sitting on their eggs. So I didn't really think anything of it. Like the day we got back, you know, she didn't come out, and I could kind of see her down inside the little area that she's been broody, and no big deal. But then the next day I noticed she didn't come out again when I was feeding the ducks, so I kind of checked on her, and that's when I noticed how weak she was. I separated her into a little dog kennel crate that we have for kind of quarantining birds. I've done this before with the chicken, and quarantining it and separating it from the flock actually helped, and they recovered. But in this case, unfortunately, our female duck, khaki Campbell hen, passed away. There's no like signs of physical damage. There's no signs of like weird stuff happening when you like check her poo. But unfortunately, we did lose a duck when we got back. And you know, had we been here, we could have noticed that a little bit sooner. But it's just one of those realities of keeping animals on a homestead, and it kind of is what it is. So kind of a sour note to end this video, but we're back to reality here and back to work on the pole barn house. We'll see you guys in the next video.